They've read a book and want to talk about it. It's the Izzie and Coco Book Review Show.
Hello and welcome to Izzie and Coco's Book Review Show.
I am Coco.
I'm Izzie. Yes. What are we reviewing today?
Today we're reviewing
Magic Bites by Ilona Andrews.
So what is Magic Bites about?
It's a world run by magic, and some things work with electricity, some don't, but the powerful people are the one that can wield magic. And this is about Kate Daniels, the main protagonist. This is Kate Daniels, and she's very powerful, but she can't let on how powerful she is because then she's gonna have the whole city after her. That's why I think the power comes from her blood, her family. It's why it's called Magic Bites.
And she has to partner with the shifters of the area, who's the pack leader is a lion shifter. His name is Kuran.
Yes, because she's part of like a paranormal investigative team.
And there are all these shifters that have been murdered, and there's vampires that have been murdered, and she has to solve the mystery. And it all got sparked when her guardian was also murdered. He was a powerful magic wielding guy. And it's her investigating all these murders and trying to find the culprit. So, would you recommend this book? Yay or nay?
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite series by Ilona Andrews. I love the character. She's strong, not silly, pretty powerful, and takes shit from nobody. She just kicks everybody's ass. Wherever she goes in, even though the odds are against her, she is like one really badass heroine.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite series. Actually, we both read this so many years ago. We have to reread this so that we can review it and recommend it to all of our viewers. But I really like her attitude. Mm-hmm. She's dealing with all these really powerful people and creatures, and she has a lot of guts. And she also has this attitude where like, I'm not gonna back down, and I'm gonna throw witty things at you, and just to show you how not scared I am, although she really is. Yeah. So it's and she also has this like relationship with the alpha of the pack, the lion, and it's really cool to read how they go back and forth, and they bicker, and they throw jabs at each other. It's really funny.
Those are the kind of books that I like. That's very antagonistic at the beginning. They really don't like each other. It's like a power struggle. He's the alpha and has to show like he's the one in charge, where she's like, I don't take shit from you.
Yeah, she's like, I can't be weak in front of anybody. Everyone has to say what I say and do what I say. And there's this one scene where she's at a restaurant with another guy, and she sees the alpha at a restaurant with another lady, and she asks the waiter to send him a bowl of milk.
I forgot about that.
So like, she really is awesome. Like, I thought that was hilarious. And also she's really powerful, and she can also physically strong. She can fight for herself, and like she kills vampires, and she kills the main bad guy, who's a surprise for now. And I really like this book. Definitely go check it out. So from now on, we will be talking about spoilers if we haven't already. So go read the book and come back so we can all talk about what we loved about this book, because you will love it.
Trust us.
How do you feel about the world, about this book? Because one thing about Ilona Andrews is this couple writing duo is that they always build these different worlds, and you have to do, you gotta do a little work to get on board.
This one I liked. For me, it wasn't as confusing as The Edge, but this one, even though it's a little complicated, like there's these power
shifts.
The power shifts and like spots, like kind of like a power outage, there's like a power outage, and like if you have electronic things or cars, they won't work. So you also have to have things that work on magic. So it was interesting. No, I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little hard to understand. It's like, yeah, so when like we have a power outage, then the magic rises. There's a surge of magic, so all your and then when the power comes back, then all your magic stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's interesting. I really think it's an interesting world, and I don't know. I really like that world. And it's funny because they're like, why does the telephone work when there's magic and when there's electricity? And there's just like, well, you know, people don't really know how the phone works. They think it's kind of like magic, so that's why the phone works. I'm like, oh, okay. Sure. And then, but it's funny because she's got like, we have these cars that run on water during magic, and they're really noisy, and then like I
slow.
Yeah, and I imagine them just floating through the air. I don't know. So that's cool.
Yeah. How do you feel about the vampires? I find it a very interesting twist that she gives to vampires in the series.
Absolutely, because they're not usually, they're like their own persona, you know, and they're very sophisticated, and you know, they have this whole air around them. But here, they're just dead bodies, and they're out of their mind. They're insane, and they're just out bloodthirsty to kill people. And they're not human looking. They're actually like monster looking. They get deformed, and they've got claws, and
super creepy.
It's but then then there's these people that she calls the people.
Oh yeah.
that are able to navigate these.
Yes. I forget what they're called. They're kind of like necromancers.
Yeah, they are necromancers.
Okay, yeah, like they get in. They can control them. They can
control the vampires.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a simulator. They're like wearing like these. They kind of get inside the head of the vampire, and then they control it.
It's like the Matrix. They're connected because when they kill the vampire, they kill the navigator. So there's like
unless they disconnect.
Unless they disconnect before. So I don't know. Like I'm so used to like the stereotypical vampire. Yeah. That they're pale, and like you can play with how dangerous they are and how you know.
Yeah, but these have no control.
Yeah.
Of anything. So there's just like their thirst and hunger, and they'll just devour you.
Yeah. So I like my stereotypical vampires. I don't like that about them. But then the people who are able to control them, I consider those the actual vampires. Although they're just like powerful magic.
Yeah, I like it. I like how they control. So they happen to be the people that control the casinos and have this power, and they're sleazy. She gives them like the sleazy persona, and I can see that and feel it.
Yeah, you can tell they're like backstabbers, and that you know, money first and whatever they want first, and it's yeah, I don't know, I like it's different. I wish, you know, I like vampires like in other books, like in the Patricia Briggs books, that she has Stefano.
Yes.
And he's, you know, he's always flirting with her.
Yeah, that they have, it's their own persona. Yeah. And these are just mindless monsters.
Yeah, I prefer those.
But I prefer them too, however, I like the twist that she gave.
Yeah, I like the
very
twist.
Interesting.
Plus, I also like that there's so much going on. There's people who are so magical and powerful. And then there's, werewolves and shifters that she doesn't really need like to focus so much on the vampires, although she replaces the vampires with necromancers because the vampire is just like a beast in her world. So yes.
How about, I think they're really good at the relationships with all the secondary characters.
Yeah,
she's really good at that. I forgot that guy's name, but he's the one that shapeshifts. And he kind of like can get anything for you, and he's the one that he forces her to go on a date with him. If I'm not mistaken, she was at a date with him.
Not in this book.
No. No.
Not yet. No. This is just because we have read. There's so many of these.
Sorry, they kind of blend in.
And they blend in now because we've read them so long ago. And for example, she doesn't get together with the alpha
with Quran.
With Quran until the very end, and it's not like all the other books like, oh, they get together happily ever after. No, there's like oh, I maybe like you.
Yeah.
That's how the book ends, you know?
No, which is cool.
Yeah, it's great. But we know that the books go on to actually develop a relationship between the two of them. So that's awesome. But I forgot that guy's name.
It's with an S. Simon, something like that.
Simon, something like that. And he's always trying to change into the perfect human being that everyone would want to have sex with, the female and the male version.
Yeah.
And every time she meets him, she's like, you got something off. I
Something's
wouldn't sleep with you.
Yeah.
So he's always trying to get her into her pants. So yeah, there's all these different characters. It's oh god, no. There's so much going on in these books, but I like it. I don't feel like it's too much, and it's such a page turner. You can get through these books in like one day.
Yeah. If you haven't read like a paranormal romance, this would be my go-to recommend. Like, you're gonna love it. Kick-ass heroine, great storylines, very well written, great dialogue.
It's just
it won't fail you.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, what else can we say? You have to go check it out if you haven't read it.
The only thing, I'm not crazy about their covers.
You know, they changed them. She has kind of a...
They're getting a little better, but you know what? Most of this genre that we like, they're like this.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know, they're changing it to look like an Asian ninja in the remakes of the covers.
Really?
Yeah, like a girl with a Asian face and a long braid. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay, I recall. I like those more. She looks more kick-ass. This one's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't do justice to how good this book is.
You look at that cover and you're like, I don't know if I want to get into this, but you do want to get into this because it's really good.
Say.
Oh, look, and our next review is going to be Patricia Briggs, and she recommends it right in the cover. What does she say?
She has a book, splendid, an edgy, dark fantasy touch with just the right amount of humor.
Yes, it is funny. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So definitely go check this book out. Send us any comments to books@dapperanimals.com. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.